Hey everybody, David here, and today I'm going to be talking about The Flash, Season 4, Episode 5, Girls' Night Out. And this is the next Flash episode in Season 4. I'm going to say I think I enjoyed it a little bit more than the last two episodes. This was a fun little episode. Nothing huge happened, I don't feel yet. But so far, it's been a steady 5 episodes, I guess, with little disappointments here and there for me. But let's get right into this one. First of all, we got Felicity in this episode. Felicity from Arrow, if any of you watch Arrow. Well, we've seen Felicity on The Flash before, so hopefully you all know who Felicity is. It's always great when she joins Team Flash for an episode or two, and this was a really nice delight. She joins Iris and Caitlin and Cecile on Ladies' Night Out because they're celebrating the fact that Iris is getting married, so this is kind of like her little bachelorette party. And I really like the interaction between the women. I thought they were a lot of fun, but we see that Caitlin has someone looking for her. She's going through her little drama because she was planning on leaving, apparently. And for what reason? Well, remember in the first episode, there was a guy at a bar that was like trying to make her, hey, Emunet wants you or something like that. And Caitlin or Killer Frost was like, I'm leaving, so tell her that. Well, it looks like this Amunet person is seeking revenge because she sent her men to go look for Caitlin and found her, and this guy gets a snake eye or snake tongue coming out of his eye, and I'm like, what the hell is this guy? So we meet Emunet, who is Caitlin's, I guess, boss that she was working for during the summer, doing shady shit during the summer, and by like cutting people's fingers off or freezing people's fingers off and toes off and stuff like that. Played by Katie Sackhoff, who I thought was actually really enjoyable in this episode. At first I thought, is she going to be another annoying villain this season? Because we already got like 2 villains. Oh no, we got one villain that was annoying, that Lady Luck character. And then I didn't like Ralph's introduction personally, but I got used to him in this episode. I'll get to him a little bit later. But yeah, Katie Sackhoff I thought was great as Emunet. I thought she was a great villain. She had the perfect balance of this a little hammy, but not too hammy, where it got annoying, where it could have gotten annoying. I thought she played it pretty well. And how she tied into Caitlin's situation was really cool. I really enjoyed all of that was going on there, and how Caitlin was struggling between her normal self and Killer Frost. I think this really settled that issue that people were having with last season. I think this kind of confirmed what it was, put a more clear a clear idea of what Caitlin was going through. As Felicity said, she's like the Incredible Hulk. So I thought that storyline in this episode was handled really well, and I liked the way it resolved itself, including Iris and Caitlin getting more closer together, because they even brought up the fact how in the 3 years that they've been together, they never really interact much, which is funny because they're the 2 ladies on the show, and you would expect them to be the best of friends, right? And I think this episode was kind of touching on that we never really do get to see them be, buddy buddies, BFFs, if you will. And I kind of like that the show resolved that and did make them Iris very supportive to Caitlin and trying to help her. I thought it worked really well, and obviously it was to probably also get to the idea that Caitlin is now going to be the maid of honor for Iris. So it kind of makes sense that they had to, okay, let's get them to be BFFs by the end of this. So yeah, sure, I'll take it. I enjoyed seeing Iris being more supportive to Caitlyn, and I hope we get to see a little bit more of that. Not just up to the wedding and then forget about it. I hope they go even after that to get a little bit more Caitlyn and Iris of their relationship together now. Meanwhile, the boys are going out to a strip club. Apparently, they wanted to watch a movie night. They were watching homemade films, and which was making Joe a little emotional. He even had ideas like, "Oh man, I'm having a baby again, and I'm almost 50." And so Joe was having an emotional trip, brought back from when he first heard about it. That he was having another baby. But the funniest stuff in this episode, I actually really enjoyed the strip club stuff. I thought that was some of the funniest stuff on the show tonight. And Ralph was great in there too. I like that he was the number one customer, and that he pissed them off, and now he's no longer the number one customer because he screwed up, and they broke his picture, kicked him out. They went to prison. Drunk Barry is probably one of the best things I've ever seen tonight. And he's like yelling to people in the bar, "I'm the Flash." I thought that was great. I love the B storyline tonight. It was a lot of fun. And while they're at the strip club, they find out that Cecile's daughter is a stripper there. Joe ain't too happy about that, but it's not his daughter yet. So he's not going to say anything to Cecile, but thankfully by the end of the episode, I think, Cecile's daughter realizes, you know what? Maybe this is not a good job for me to express my feminism. Maybe I can do this in another way, because you don't have to show that you're strong just because you're at a strip club and stripping for men. Like, that doesn't indicate. Anyways, I'm glad she realized that she could be a strong woman by doing something else, because sure. Other than that, and we got a little thing at the end there. Let me get to this guy. So Amunette, the villain, played by Katie Sackhoff, had this metahuman captured where he had, I guess, magical tears. At the end, after they rescue him, he doesn't even say thank you. He just runs off like a douchebag. He's, "Get away from me!" And he runs away. And I'm like, what a douchebag. Like, what? They just saved your life, buddy. You were, like, getting punched and your tears were being stolen and being drank. And okay. Wow. And so then something comes up. So I thought that was going to be the end of that guy. And I'm like, that's odd. But then he comes back at the end. The little tease at the end for, I guess, whatever is going to be coming for the rest of the season. And we find out that DeVoe finds him and captures him and is like, "You're not done yet. You got to do what I made you for." So what the hell did he make him for? That's a good question, because I hope it's not just drinking tears. Barry starts drinking tears, and actually, you know what? If Barry starts drinking his tears and Barry gets drunk, I'll be all for it. Other than that, I don't even know what his tears does. It was probably explained in the episode, but I probably missed it because I thought it was an odd power. But we'll see. Yeah, I guess that's it now, guys. So this was a good episode. I thought it was fine. Still, nothing big is not happening yet. I feel like we're 5 episodes in and we're not really getting a lot yet. I feel like this is a lot of filler right now. And they're just building up to something. I don't know what they're building up to yet. I just want something to happen soon. I don't want to wait until like episode 9 or 10 or 11 to find out what DeVoe's plan is. Hopefully we get something very, very soon. Maybe even before the crossover. And I know the crossover is coming soon. I mean, 3 more episodes and then the crossover is here. So hopefully we get something very soon with DeVoe and what his plan is. Because I'd like to know. I don't want them to keep dragging this on. I think that's something that was the problem last season, that they kept Savitar's identity secret for a long ass time, and I think they need to learn from that. That it wasn't just the darkness, how dark you guys got last season and dreary. It was also how you continue to drag this mystery that could have been revealed earlier, so that way you can advance the story even more afterwards. You could be more creative, not just by holding down this secret for long. That's not what makes the show. The mystery is some of the fun, but sometimes there's certain mysteries that don't have to be dragged out. So we'll see. Who knows? This is episode 5, so we have 23 episodes this season, so hopefully it won't drag out too long. So I'm going to end this here, guys. Tell me what you thought of this episode. Like this video, subscribe to my channel if you are a huge fan of The Flash, Arrow, and any of the DC TV shows, because on Saturdays, I like to do a DC TV podcast where I talk about all the DC TV shows that I watch, which includes all of the Arrowverse, including Gotham, and hopefully Black Lightning I'll be talking about as well when that starts in January or February, I think, in the new year. So I'm looking forward to all of that. And until next time, take care.